Siema, z tej strony Big Bad Dice, gramy w Starfield i będziemy wyruszyć dalej, tak? Zwiedzimy sobie tą planetę Atlantydę, tu gdzieś też jest mój podobno dom. Spróbujemy go znaleźć. Się chowa broń. To jest skaner. A ja mam chore płuca. Co z tym zrobić wreszcie? Drugi raz zachorowałem mi płuca. Czekajcie, bo jest jakiś chyba tryb, żeby automatycznie ściągać skafander. O. Dobra.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the...
Czekaj, czy na piechotę też tam dałbym radę dojść. Piwnica handlowa, odkryto lokalizację. Dobry panie władzo. A już wyzdrowiałem, tak? Z kaszlu. Tak, mam questa do ciebie, panie George.
So much to learn. A plate? Oh my. Here, take the gem. The gem is worthless. Less than a paperweight. Bah, I'm sure Guillaume makes it seem that way. In reality, Guillaume and I have known each other for years. Since we were both young, and much like brothers, we quarrel. I will say, however, Guillaume can be a tad...
Niczym.
I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. People laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. But think about it, friend. Do you... I'm only joking, of course. For a collector, like myself, I do believe that I've been charmed to make the acquaintance of
Ale nuda.
old Earth.
Dobra. Nara.
As you can see, traffic is good. The sales keep climbing.
Hello and welcome to Terror. Thanks for choosing Terror. What can I get you?
Yes.
Polityka firmy nakazuje im mówić wszystkim, że jest każde danie jest ich ulubione. To galeria handlowa, będziemy mogli wejść do środka. Whetstone.
Welcome to Whetstone. If you're looking for the best cut of meat in the settled system, you must be joking. I have an exclusive contract with the Trade Authority. It's all shipped in from off-world. And no, I'm not divulging. The general term? Sharpening stone, for knives. The kind of knives that cut... This whetstone, though, is the best restaurant you've ever eaten. I guarantee you...
Walberg.
You look familiar. Where do I know you? Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this... So what can I help? Oh, wow, that's terrible. Those... Well, then, we don't expect our employees, but I'm sure your colleagues appreciate. We just picked up several more contracts. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule. We're a small company, so a lot. As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, and we always get the job. Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with. She negotiates the terms of the
To te skałki, co kopaliśmy wcześniej na początku w prologu.
Never stops impressing me. Take care out there.
Sorry, I could use a little time to focus on my work.
Not to be rude, but I'd appreciate it if I could get back to work.
Cześć, Wasko. Dobra, czy ja mogę zoptymalizować coś tutaj? Sterowanie. Mogę zmienić. To jest mapowanie. Dobra, mapa. Mapa my. Co mnie wkurza, że jak otworzę mapę, to kolejne wciśnięcie my oddala ją, a nie zamyka. Powinno zamykać według mnie.
I wish I lived on a spaceship.
You can't go in. You just can't.
Welcome to Another tour comes to meet the David
I
Barron.
hate to break it.
I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the pieces in the well right now. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I'd probably be all for it if David asked.
I might be able to hook you up with some.
Really? You sure?
Maybe get you a ticket to a.
The well's a pretty...
he's got. That's all I can do.
Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on... Hi.
We're close to the action here. Administration's covered. If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
David's amazing. And I hear I will meet David. It's going to
Just look at it. It took years.
Distribution Center.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal... Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot... I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things... Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back. You mean besides providing a pleasant face? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and... Never a dull moment. always something going on. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care. Oh, well, sir.
Undermarine ZK. Jetpack, co? Nie mam żadnego jeszcze. O, jeszcze ładownia statku jest. Jak mogę do ładowni wysyłać rzeczy? Daj.
You're always welcome back, if you don't mind. A bit of a wait.
Wasko.
Captain,
Dawaj swoje rzeczy.
you and I will keep your items. Commencing item.
O, a gdzie jego rzeczy wszystkie? Zabrałem mu? Nie, aż tak to nie.
Welcome to UC Distribution. I hope we...
To sprzedaję teraz czy kupuję? A, bo to sklep, dobra. Nie, tam, oddawaj tam to, kurwa. Działko obrotowe. Pełne. Ej. A. Nabroiłem już. Jeszcze raz. Przez to, że kupiłem tam te karabiny. Jest jakieś takie potwierdzenie, no nie? Przed zakupem przynajmniej.
The lodge is here in the city. Do you require...
A, bo mam amunicję zebrałem do tego, tak? Trzeba amunicję dać.
I have often asked Barrett that...
Dobra, sio.
I'm on tax duty tomorrow.
Welcome to UC Distribution. I have been told. Also, if... You mean besides... It's all in the... Never a dull moment. I know some people... Yes, of course. Right, right. Come back if you need. Need something else.
I mogę latać.
Yeah.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but... It's changed.
I feel underdressed.
Yeah, I don't know why they set up shop here. They'd be better off in Neon, but Outlands used to be like this.
So the hardware is worth the trip?
Best in...
Strasznie tych miejsc różnych takich.
You're only as safe as your equipment out there. Welcome to Outland. We deal in only the finest, most reliable... All of our products come highly recommended by individual. And while I've never needed them myself, I've never left the planet, so no, I do not. Goodness, no, I just couldn't. You're out there millions of miles away from anything, and if something goes wrong, I can't stomach the thought. I prefer solid ground under my feet at all times. And preferably a hot, fresh coffee within reach. Can't get... I do. In this line of... Not seeing people come back would not only suggest that then... but that whatever they purchased had failed, leaving them unable to return. I would not be able... Yes, by all means.
Kosmiczny tirowiec.
See you around.
Tylko zwiedzę. Chyba skończysz dzisiejszy filmik.
Not here on business, just shopping.
O, najgorzej, że... Ulica handlowa, dobra. To jakby wszystko jest, tak? Nie jest tak, że tylko... Kurde, czemu tu nie ma siatki? I takiego miasta, no nie, przecież to bez sensu. Robić siatkę. O, porwiemy to.
With Galbank makes personal finance easy.
To chyba nie działa. Galbank.
I need to find a store with good watercolors. I like the way they... Hey?
Hey?
Sure. Trying to get a job at Galbank. It's the big building with the word Galbank. You're welcome. Anyway, yeah, I'd like... Yeah, find a Galbank teller and deposit all your credits into my bank account. You'll be paid, of course. Eventually. Because magic isn't real, which means I figured...
Magia nie istnieje, więc nie mogę być nekromantką, co to miało znaczyć?
Why? It's so much more fun to be lonely and miserable. I like to paint, I like to crochet. You're starting to grow on me, though. Like a fungus.
Ale kretynka. Ciekawe, czy nasz dzielny heros potrafi pływać.
I try and take I'm happy to help out in whatever way I can here.
Ojej, jakieś pierdolenie.
Some folk that first jump.
Yes, exactly. It's like... I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but I try it. Were you seeking worldly wisdom or... Ah, the intrepid explorers. Well, you're very nearly there. Just down the path. And I might say, if perhaps once you've done with Constellation and you find yourself desiring, consider stopping by the church and reading some of our writing. Perhaps
czytałem przed chwilą to.
when you've had a chance to look it over. Excellent, excellent. Oh, don't feel badly about that. It doesn't speak to everyone. Perhaps you just haven't had... Perhaps in time, this place will mean something to you too. But if not, that... Well, we're a newer organization, at least officially. But we're gaining new members all the time. I think people have been grasping for something to keep her by title. But yes, I suppose that I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity. The sanctum will always be...
Kurde, ciągle wciskam lewy i on wyciąga broń. Our Collective Embrace. To jest ten. Oho.
Unless you've got embassy, nobody sees the ambassador without an appointment.
You don't
Robot obronny.
Just tell me how many zeros I need to add to the offer.
I'm sorry, sir. Looking to buy?
Nie mam mieszkania gdzieś chyba.
Welcome to Feeling Realty. I'm Zora. What brings you in today? Looking to settle down?
Robbery is a crime in the colonies.
Fine.
That's fine. It happens all the time. I'm here if you have any more questions.
Good day.
Oh, don't I wish. But you best believe I'm keeping an eye on the situation. Okay, let me just... Oh, I'm sorry, but you're not a United... If you take the exciting... Stop by anytime.
Tutaj nie działam to mieszkanie. Mogę tu gdzieś podejrzeć moje dane? Chyba nie. Patrzeć... O, wyłącz się.
We've got some lovely places available.
Lovely places available. Muzeum.
Cheyenne, by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So, the two parties came together to negotiate the terms of the armistice.
jest naukowiec przy drzewie. Kurwa, wyłącz się. A to tutaj gdzieś niedaleko.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
W jakiej sprawie?
I am not staring. I am analyzing. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some... Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that... I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Well, that's... Thank you. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect it.
Attacks by the Shaw gang. Predatory. Bandit gang reportedly based out of the wild somewhere in the
President Ambassador Radcliffe's head, the Free Star Collective and we are still fighting the colony war. We just need to convince her that President Abayo isn't the same as her predecessors.
Start collecting space. Remain extra vigilant.
Must. Trzeba powiedzieć, zaraz zobaczymy, czy umiem pływać. I umiem, na szczęście. Mogę komuś tak wejść do mieszkania i go okraść? Uda nam się czy nie wreszcie? O, wytrychy mi się kończą. Nie wiem, po chuj ja tu wchodziłem. Wkurzająca jest ta mapa. Knajpa.
CJ's is always open, no matter what you need. Come on in. Take a nice and steady. I've got a good location. Plenty. Things keep going this way. I'm gonna start opening. You kidding me? First time I came here as a kid, I knew I was gonna nowhere I'd rather be. And now that I've got this place up, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Be seeing you.
Athena Tower.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Plotek się o questach dowiaduje. Nie muszę łazić wszędzie.
The last interceptor.
But why did they replace the hunter?
Thanks.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic sharks. They fly around like they own little systems. If you like to...
Jakaś knajpa.
What's the fun in that?
Remember the Queen's of Surprise? It was almost pure vodka.
That was one hell.
So you share my sentiment. I just don't understand why such a first-class restaurant can be satisfied with... Of course, it could just be my palate. It's quite refined, which is... Funny you should ask. I recently dined with a friend, and he claims the best cup of joe he's ever... That was my reaction. It wasn't until in his hand was a single coffee bean, fermented in the... It seems that following this discovery, I hired a man to feed, but it seems after consuming the beans, so I need someone to find this bean. As for compensation, you receive 2. Not at all. The risks were... I am not responsible for his burial or the unpleasantness. Excellent. I will have the... It is, as the saying goes, to die for. I think the most commonly requested meal for those... I know you didn't just say terror brew, because to even imply that I would put that liquid garbage... All the towers are... It isn't the name on the... But if you're looking for a living space... See you.
Jestem tutaj, ale nie odkryło mi punktu szybkiej podróży.
Keep it moving.
czemu. A, teraz dopiero musiałem podejść.
What's the point?
Of what?
No co muszę do kolejki biegać za każdym razem? Znaczy tu wcisnę, tak? Przycisk.
Have a nice day now.
What do you see? Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some... Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them.
To jest.
I hope I'm as cool as Solomon Cohen.
No, I just...
Teraz ja jeszcze będę musiał szukać?
Bulk items may require multiple levels of approval. Welcome to UC District.
Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thingy. Why, what is it? That so? Must mean something to you if you... Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it. Pleasure doing business. Back to it then.
I've met so many interesting people from work.
Been up there, huh?
To było. Nożyc jest dobra.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been.
Any luck tracking down those sensors?
Tak, mam je.
I need all of the biosensors if the data is to be... So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these. All right. We'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just Just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now, let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my.
Oh my.
Well, the good news is that my suspicions were correct. I will report my findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase yes, it does feel good to be right. Particularly when the bad news, as it were, is that in this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you.
2000 wystarczą, dzięki. Robimy teraz to.
If I move back to Neon, I'd miss New Atlantis.
Loża.
Here we are, the lodge.
The lodge
should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Taki klasyczny wystrój, spójrzcie na to. Dzień dobry.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount...
Ja się cieszę, mogę polatać po kosmosie.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Ale ładnie, jakie stateczki mają. Modele.
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate...
A to jakieś części kuli będą.
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact.
A, wcisnąłem to statek, dobra. Chciałem schować broń jakoś. Musi być schować broń.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of them at first.
No przecież widać, że będą w kule się składać, tak? Są zaokrąglone takie.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them.
O,
This proves that.
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead. Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another... As to what they are, what they're building. You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going... And here, I think you've earned something for... In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with...
no, dostałem plecak. Wiem, jeden już.
Ever since I got here, this has felt like home.
Trudno gadać ona.
People are family. I hope it feels that way for you too. That was
O, jednak chce.
the art. I guess a lot overwhelming now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. Planning on sticking around then? I think we can find a spot for you. And right.
I've been waiting my whole life for this. The constellation, the artifacts.
Quite proud
That
of the
doesn't
collection,
sound crazy,
but
does it?
Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
Snajpa.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so...
Gdzieś mieszkanie powinienem mieć. O, pokój dla mnie.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so...
Znaczy magazyn jest wspólny, co?
I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. I don't want to keep her waiting too.
Ten sam co na statku mam. Biegać najwyżej.
Enjoy.
Już koniec misji drobne. Dobra, tak oto będziemy dzisiaj kończyć. O. Nie można to otworzyć. Dzięki, że oglądaliście i słyszymy się jutro. Cześć.